The cabin lights had just dimmed when Sarah Mitchell tightened her arms around her sleeping daughter and tried to steady her breathing. Flying had never been easy for her, not since the divorce, not since she had learned what it meant to carry the weight of the world alone. At 32, she had mastered the art of quiet endurance, working double shifts, packing school lunches at midnight, smiling even when exhaustion pressed into her bones. Tonight, all she wanted was a peaceful flight home. Her 5-year-old daughter, Lily, lay curled against her chest, tiny fingers wrapped in the fabric of her cardigan, trusting her mother to keep the world safe. Sarah stared out the oval window as the plane taxied down the runway, unaware that the real turbulence would begin long before they reached cruising altitude. The man seated directly behind her had boarded at the last minute. At first, he seemed ordinary, mid-40s, business casual, loud cologne. But as soon as the seatbelt sign turned off, his behavior shifted. His knee pressed into her seat repeatedly. His voice leaned too close to her ear when he spoke. "Traveling alone?" he asked, his tone coated with something that made her skin crawl. Sarah gave a polite nod, hoping silence would end it. It didn't. Minutes later, she felt a hand on her shoulder, lingering too long to be accidental. Her heart pounded. She glanced down at Lily, still asleep, unaware. Sarah's mind raced with familiar questions. Should I make a scene? What if no one believes me? What if it gets worse? She shifted forward, trying to create distance, but the men only leaned closer, whispering comments about how brave she must be traveling without a husband. Each word felt like a violation. Across the aisle, passengers stared at their screens, pretending not to notice. The isolation was suffocating. Then, beside her, a calm, steady voice cut through the tension. "Take your hand off her. Now." The words were not loud, but they carried authority that froze the air itself. Sarah turned her head slowly. The man seated next to her, who had remained silent since boarding, was now upright, shoulders squared. He wore a crisp blue uniform adorned with ribbons and insignia she hadn't fully noticed before. His jaw was set, eyes sharp and unwavering. The harasser laughed nervously. "Relax, I was just being friendly." The officer didn't blink. That was not friendly. That was harassment. His voice was controlled, but beneath it was steel. The cabin seemed to awaken. A flight attendant paused mid-step. Nearby passengers finally looked up. The man behind Sarah withdrew his hand, muttering under his breath. But the officer wasn't finished. He pressed the call button above them and calmly explained the situation when the attendant arrived. There was no shouting, no dramatic gestures, just facts delivered with precision. Within minutes, the disruptive passenger was escorted to another seat under supervision. Silence returned, but it felt different now, lighter. Sarah's hands trembled as adrenaline drained from her system. She turned to the officer. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice breaking. He softened then, the stern edge fading. "No one should feel unsafe," he said simply. Only then did she truly see the insignia on his chest, Senior Air Force Officer. A man trained not only for combat, but for integrity. For protection. For courage in moments that mattered. The rest of the flight passed peacefully. Lily stirred briefly, and the officer offered her a reassuring smile. Sarah realized something powerful in that quiet cabin at 30,000 feet. Strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes it sits silently beside you, waiting for the right moment to stand. That night, she learned that asking for help isn't weakness, and that there are still people in this world who refuse to look away. If this story moved you, if you believe courage and kindness still matter, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more powerful, inspiring stories that remind us we are never truly alone, even when we think we are.